I sent over 500 Loom outreaches. One of them made $27,000. But I wasted months doing it wrong. I was following bad advice, burning out, and getting ghosted. Then I did it right. The result was that I finally was able to generate profits, hire a team, delegate, and do it while traveling around the world in the nicest locations. So if your attention span allows it, I'll be sharing the 10 lessons I learned that changed everything. If I'd known these from the start, I would have saved months of trial and error. So for each lesson, I'll tell you why it works and how to apply it. But before lesson number 1, you need to understand why most Loom outreach fails. It's not your fault. It's the system you're using. Once you fix the system once and for all, by watching this video, everything gets easier. And the last lesson will be like the glue that holds everything together. The first lesson is simple. Keep your looms under 90 seconds. Here's why. Back then, as I did outreach, I started my YouTube channel. So I was creating content and I was blessed to be in the same position as the exact prospects I was reaching out to. Because now freelancers and agencies starting reaching out to me to try to sell their services. And they sent me 10-minute looms. The truth is I never watched them, not a single one. And if I won't watch a 10-minute loom, a busy CEO with a bigger company won't either. So treat your looms like YouTube tutorials. Shortest path to value, no time to waste on a long introduction, my name is blah blah blah, we don't care, just go straight to the value. Every second counts. Loom research shows that engagement drops after 2 minutes. Source? Trust me bro. So keep it under 90 seconds for cold outreach. You won't get this on the first try. So start at 10 minutes, then cut it at 5, go down to 3, and then you'll reach the 90 seconds or even less than that. Lesson 2, plain text only. And I learned this by accident. I noticed my leads only replied to the last email of my 4-email sequence. And that email was short, plain text, no formatting. So I stripped everything else. No hidden code, no hyperlinks, no images. I even wrote my domain with parentheses, so this way it won't be interpreted as a link. And my reply rates went up. And here's why it works. When you try to send other text formats, it will make the email more likely to be spam. Because when you think about it, most interactions that are not spam, which is, for example, messages between you and your colleagues within an enterprise, are just short messages most of the time, plain text. Whereas advertisements, promotions will include some images or some more complex text. So you want to mimic the behavior of a message that could be sent within an enterprise, right? It protects your deliverability, because the second your domain reputation tanks, it doesn't matter how good your loom is, nobody will see it. With lesson 3, automate, don't chase. Here's the truth. If they want to watch your loom, they will. If they don't care, there's nothing you can do to save it. So don't waste your energy on dead leads. Set up a 4 to 8 email subsequence that is triggered after you send the loom. I use a tool called instantly.ai. There's a link in the description if you need it. When I reply to my prospect with the loom, I then update the status of that leads to loom sent. And this way that will trigger the subsequence and I don't even need to think about it. And this way my work is not in vain and it has higher chances of being seen. Now what to actually send in terms of subsequence? Just need to rely on simple one-liners, simple short one-liners. For example, hey, did you get a chance to watch the loom I sent? Or just following up, let me know if you'd like me to implement the idea mentioned at 30 seconds in the video. And the last email has to be the breakup email. For example, I'm moving on to other projects, let me know if you're in, otherwise I'll close this out. That breakup email got me more replies than anything else. So automate your follow-ups. Focus your energy on new leads. Lesson 4, the MCGREGOR intro. When I get looms from agencies, my first thought was, who are you? If you don't answer that fast, I'm out. And so are all of your prospects. So I made it a priority to reply to that question in the first 15 seconds of my looms. And the fix is simple. Just show up with results as soon as possible. The first 15 to 30 seconds should be undeniable proof of your results that you've generated for yourself or for your clients. You gotta show some numbers, screenshots, case studies, whatever. This builds trust and earns you the next 60 seconds of their attention. Lesson 5, subject lines. I used to be lazy with this. I was using the infamous quick question every single time, and I would focus all of my attention in my email sequence in using the right psychological levers that I studied from the books of Robert Cialdini, Robert Greene, Robert Sapolsky, all the Roberts. But then I asked myself, What is the first thing my prospects will interact with? The subject line. Then I started thinking like a YouTuber who spends 80% of their time on the idea, the title, and the thumbnail, which is the first thing a viewer will interact with. I focused all of my efforts on that small line of text and the preview line, which is what people see in their inbox. And that's when my open rates skyrocketed. I created a framework called the triple R: recent, relevant, recognizable. Your subject line should reference something they created in the last 72 hours. A post, a video, a launch, an update, anything recent. It should be recognizable. It's part of their brand, their work, something they'll connect with, and it should be relevant. It should be tied to their desire or the pain you're about to solve. This formula has led to more than $1 million in sales for my clients and myself. And for the preview text, you don't need to make it complicated. Just make sure the first line of your first email uses their favorite word. What is the favorite word of anyone? It's their first name. Just use their first name. Lesson 6, get permission first. At some point, I tried to scale my agency with a tool called Potion. It was AI videos that mimicked the way my mouth moved while browsing the prospect's website. On paper, it seemed smart, but in reality, it just made me lazy and the energy was off. Prospects weren't committed to watching the full video. So I went back to basics. Never send something to someone who didn't ask for it. You want to create commitment first. Send a short, direct first email. Use the fewest words possible. You gotta be artistic with the choice of every word. Don't be boring, and make the ask crystal clear. Get them to reply with a yes, a word, or anything that gets them committed to receiving the Loom video. Once they reply, now you have permission. Now they'll watch the video. Lesson number 7, micro sold. I used to clip short form video for prospects and send them as samples. They'd upload it, see results instantly, and trust that I could replicate those results. One guy in my community back then used that exact strategy and scaled to $70,000 a month. So here's the lesson. Don't say, I noticed your marketing could be improved. It sounds like every other cold email. Instead, micro-sold. Prove you can fix one specific problem unique to them. For example, tell them the exact 3 keywords their competitors are ranking for that they're missing. Show them the specific reason their funnel might be leaking revenue. Give them a template, a framework, whatever they can use to solve a part of their problem. Or send them a sample that they can use right now. It shows your competence and it creates conversation. Lesson 8 is about friction. Use a script and speaker notes. You're lazy, I'm lazy. I used to dread sitting down to record looms. Then I made it easier with the script. I just hit record and read what's in front of me. Friction kills productivity, so don't wing it. Write out a script beforehand, know what you're going to say. Loom and Screen Studio, which is the one I'm using, both have that feature of speaker notes. And this makes your video tighter, faster, more valuable. And just makes your life easier, honestly. And quick tip here, make sure you put your speaker notes as close as you can to the camera. So this way, makes it easier to switch between your notes and your camera without it being noticeable. Lesson 9, next step. Ending your Loom with, let me know what you think about this, is a mistake. Confusion leads to no action. And even if they like your Loom, if there's no urgency, they'll procrastinate. They will forget and they will never reply. So instead, you have to introduce a clear call to action plus urgency. You gotta tell them what to do next. Example, reply with yes and I'll send you a 5-minute walkthrough. Book a time here. Let me know if you want me to build this out for you. Make it specific and add urgency because your time is limited. You have limited spots. You're only taking on a few more clients this month. Use real scarcity and give them a reason to act now. And the last lesson is the most important. It is the glue that holds everything together. Only reach out to people you can help. Back then, I reached out to past mentors whose courses I bought. People I've been watching on YouTube for years. I had the unfair advantage of knowing them so good that I could mention deep anecdotes in my outreach and they'd reply 100%. And I was genuinely interested in working with them. So it showed in my Loom videos, my face, my energy, everything. And here's why it matters. If you're reaching out to people you can't help, you won't put in as much effort. You won't be motivated to make a good Loom video and they will feel it. Everything becomes forced. Your script feels robotic and your energy is off. But when you only reach out to people you can genuinely solve a problem for, you're motivated to make a great video because you know you can help them. They feel your authenticity and the conversation just flows. And that's how your reply rate skyrockets. So before you send your next loom, ask yourself, can I solve a specific problem for that person? If the answer is no, move on. If the answer is yes, apply lessons 1 to 9. Now, if you want the full breakdown of that loom, which got me 27,000 from one client without a sales call, I made a short step-by-step video walking through the whole process. It's the first link in the description. Thanks for your time. See you in the trenches.